It started about a month ago. I had just moved into a new apartment and was still getting settled in. I needed a few things, some kitchen supplies, a new set of sheets, and a floor lamp for the living room. I decided to order everything in one go from Amazon as usual. I found what I needed, added everything to my cart, and placed the order. The estimated delivery date was 3 days later, which was perfect timing. The first 2 days passed without incident, but on the evening of the third day, I got a notification that my package had been delivered. I was excited to start unpacking my new stuff, but when I opened my door, there was nothing there, no package. On the porch, no box tucked away by the side of the house, nothing. I checked the tracking details, and it confirmed that the package had been delivered to my address. Confused, I thought maybe it had been left at a neighbor's by mistake, so I went around and asked, but no one had seen anything. I contacted Amazon customer service, and they assured me that they would investigate and send a replacement. If the package didn't turn up, I was annoyed but not overly concerned. I figured it was just a mix-up and that my stuff would show up soon. The next day, I received an email from Amazon. It wasn't the typical automated response, it was a direct message from someone named Alex in customer service. The email was strange. It started off normally enough, with an apology for the inconvenience and a promise to look into the issue, but then it took a weird turn. Alex wrote, "Sometimes, packages end up where they're supposed to be, just not in the way you expect. Be careful what you wish for." I was puzzled and a little creeped out, but I brushed it off as a poorly phrased attempt at humor. I replied, asking for clarification, but never got a response. The next morning, something even stranger happened. I was leaving for work when I noticed a small brown box sitting on my doorstep. It had no shipping label, no markings, just a plain box. I figured it was my missing package and that somehow the label had fallen off, so I brought it inside, but when I opened it, I immediately knew something was wrong. Inside the box was a single item, a small, old-fashioned key. It was made of tarnished metal, with intricate carvings along the handle. It looked like something out of an antique store, definitely not something I had ordered. There was no note, no explanation, just the key. I was thoroughly creeped out. I tried to call Amazon to report it, but after being on hold for what felt like forever, I was disconnected. Frustrated and more than a little freaked out, I decided to just throw the key away. I tossed it in the trash, tried to put it out of my mind, and went on with my day. That night, I heard a strange noise coming from the living room. It was a soft scraping sound, like metal against wood. I got out of bed and cautiously made my way to the source of the noise. My heart skipped a beat when I saw what was causing it. The box, which I was sure I had thrown away, was sitting on the coffee table. The key was out of the box, resting in front of it, and slowly turning on its own, as if some invisible hand was trying to unlock something. I froze, unable to move, as I watched the key turn and scrape against the wood. Then, as suddenly as it started, it stopped. The key lay still, and the room was silent again. I couldn't sleep. That night, I kept checking the living room, half expecting the key to start moving again. The next day, I couldn't stand being in the apartment any longer. I called in sick to work and went to stay with a friend. When I returned that evening, the box and the key were gone. But the apartment didn't feel empty, it felt like someone or something was still there, watching. Over the next few days, strange things kept happening. I'd find objects moved from where I'd left them, lights would flicker on and off, and sometimes I'd hear faint whispers coming from the walls. Every time I checked, there was nothing there. I contacted Amazon again, demanding to speak to someone about the email and the key, but they insisted they had no record of anyone named Alex in their customer service department. They also claimed that no package had been delivered to my address after the original order. That was the last straw. I packed up my things and moved out of the apartment as soon as I could. I've since stopped using Amazon altogether, too afraid that whatever or whoever was behind that package might find me again. I don't know what that key was meant to unlock, and I don't want to find out. All I know is that something dark and malicious came into my life through that Amazon order, and it's not worth the risk of inviting it back. So if you're reading this, take my advice, be careful what you order online. Sometimes, you might get more than you bargained for, and sometimes, what you receive could be the beginning of a nightmare you never saw coming.